I'm Laura Rose, family nurse practitioner at the Windrose Trafalgar location. We're back today to talk about more of Harry's rules from the books Younger Next Year. The rules that we've talked about so far mostly involved physical health. Exercise, the first rule, you need to exercise 6 days a week for the rest of your life. The second and third rules are that you need to do cardiovascular exercise, aerobic exercise 4 days a week, and the third rule that you need to do strength training 2 days a week. Then the next rule that we talked about was not eating crap. Today we're going to talk more about emotional health and how that plays a role in how satisfying your life is and how long your life is. So we're going to actually cover 3 rules in this video. So the next rule that we're going to talk about is he says that it's important that you spend less money than you make. A lot of people in the last third of their life have retired and are living on a retirement income, which is typically somewhere between 1/4 to 1/2 of what their income was while they were working. So wherever you are on that spectrum of moving towards retirement or being on the other side of retirement, it's important to plan, take a look at your finances, see where you are and what you need to do. It's important to save for retirement so you have that income in the last part of your life. And if you're already retired, it's important to adjust your spending to be in line with that new income amount. One of the points that the authors make is that anxiety is very bad for your health. And if you're worried about finances, worried about money, worried about if you're going to make it, then that's going to have an effect on both the quality and the length of your life. So plan ahead and make the adjustments that you need to make. There are a number of resources. You can talk to financial planners. Here at Windrose, we have community health workers that actually help people look at their income and plan a budget. So take some steps to do what you need to do so that you will not have that financial anxiety that will decrease the quality of your life and the length of your life. The next rule is just one word: care. It's important to care enough about yourself that you'll implement these things that we've talked about. Care enough about your future that you'll go ahead and do today what you need to do to be healthy and strong into your 70s, 80s, and maybe even 90s. One of the things that they recommend about this is to keep it what they call a captain's log. The captain of a ship keeps a log of everything that happens. He keeps track of the things that are important. Chris, who's the patient, Harry is the doctor who wrote the book. Chris is also a co-author and he was the patient. Chris keeps a log where he writes in it every day what he ate that day, what exercise he did that day, and what he did with his life that day, what he did that was important, the people that he met up with that he cares about, the causes that he worked on that are important to him. What did he do that was important? How was he using his life? And he says every time he slips up and stops keeping his captain log, that his habits fall off. He doesn't eat as well, he misses a few days of exercise, he neglects his commitments and being involved in the things that he really does care about. So that's something that you can give a try and see if that helps you. And the next rule that we're going to talk about is connect and commit. Connect to other people, have other people in your life, and commit to a cause or something that you're passionate about, something that you can care about, like we talked about in the last rule. One of the important points that the authors make is that love saves lives and that loneliness kills. And those sound like strong and bold statements, but there's actually a fair amount of research that shows that that's true. Decades ago, when the germ theory came out and people realized that illness was caused by germs, orphanages started to have policies where the workers were supposed to touch the children as little as possible, just care for their basic needs, touch them as little as possible. Try to be very clean, very antiseptic, and not pass on any germs to particularly the babies and toddlers in the orphanages. And in those experiments, all of the children under age 2 died under those circumstances. They needed human contact. They needed people to touch them and show them physical affection. There's another study where that's much more recent, that they were testing a medication in people who'd had heart attacks to see if the medication would help people live longer. They collected a lot of information about the patients, and one of the pieces of information is when they went home from the hospital after their heart attack, were they going home to a place where they lived alone, or did other people live in the household with them? And they did find out that the medication helped people live longer after a heart attack, but even more powerful than that medication was if someone else lived in their home, they were much more likely to live longer because they had those connections. There's also a breast cancer study that shows that women that were in a 1 hour a week support group lived longer than the women that did not go to a support group. So there's some pretty compelling evidence that connecting with other people will give you a longer life and is likely to give you a higher quality of life as well. The connect part comes first, but also commit to something. Have something that you're passionate about. It may be your work. You may still be working and you feel very passionate about the work that you do. If that's not it, if you're not passionate about your work or you're no longer working, you're retired, maybe you need to find something to volunteer in that you're passionate about, something that you feel like is going to make a difference and that you really care about. Have a project, do it with some other people so that you get those connections that way. But have something in your life that's important to you. It gives you a reason to get up every day, gives you a reason to be strong, to do your exercises and things you need to do so that you're able to do those things that you care about. It makes for a better and longer life.